WJBW is made possible by sausage. Stick one in your mouth.
Hey, all you racists out there, you should not be listening to our show because we do not like you. JB Retro.
Next.
Bob Leamy is the one guy that I know that has a drill bit big enough to do a big, nice glory hole at any truck stop he goes to.
You're very silly. You know that. It's silly, man.
The fastest man to woman. That's what we're going to do,
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't listen to some of our podcasts.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, some people are into that. I know there's a website.
Fucking asinine.
Some shit like that. You gotta do the Rocky Mountain Ride.
Big disco.
Boy. Everybody get the Rocky Mountain Ride.
Yeah, I like it.
Seriously.
Whoa. Yes. Welcome back. The JB Rev Show. Had a week off there. First week of March. That was nice.
It was so good.
This week,
such a nice night.
we're back with a pretty hefty hand. Pretty loaded up show. You got Polyrhythmics there in the background. Thank you, Polyrhythmics. Turn that down a little.
Turn me a little.
Turn you up? Oh, okay.
Turn
that down. Turn you up. We got Jim Hobart in studio. We're going to do a healthy local legend session. How you doing, Jim?
I'm doing great. Thanks
Great
for having
to have
me.
you. You rock. Shut up and sit there. No. Talk whenever you want. Don't talk. No, talk, don't talk. Anyway, I love this guy, man. He's got such a cool story. We're going to learn about him, do a proper local legend session with him. And before that, though, I want to say this is our Deep Cuts edition. So that means
Deep Cuts.
That's our topic. We're going to talk about it. Deep Cuts are B-sides of records back when they used to be pressed on one side or the other, when some may remember, some may not. Anyway, Reverend's going to give us some Reverend's revelations that are relative deep cuts as well. And then Breaking News Badly will close everything out with Jack Demarco and...
Jack Demarco?
I think
he's not going to come into the studio?
No, he's calling, I believe.
Oh.
Calling in. Anyway, and then there you go. Next week, thank you.
Jack Demarco.
Next week is the barbecue of myself, barbecue of JB Webb. Next week we'll have some people in studio making fun of me, so that'll be fun. Anyway, but
I won't be here.
Coming up this weekend, speaking of St. Patrick's Day, there is something going on. Out at
Ace Cafe.
Out at Ace Cafe.
That's right.
What's
man.
happening out there?
I'm going to be doing a Yacht Rock Sunday brunch.
Nice.
It's dude, it's a lot of fun. And the Ace Cafe, the food there is awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
You know who's a pit master there?
No.
Clay Watson.
Is he really?
Yeah, dude.
What do they got, like prime rib?
They got prime rib. They got his ribs, his famous ribs.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's worth everything right there.
Totally. And then the brunch, the Sunday brunch is like, dude, they got things on it like
poached egg.
No, creme brulee, French toast.
Creme brulee, French toast.
Yeah. I mean, that's so good.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's delicious. And the music's killer.
And you'll be out there yacht rocking it
Captain
up.
Jerry, that's
10 to 2.
Boy.
11 to 2.
You know it.
10 to 4.
I'm playing 11 to 2.
11 to 9.
They serve 10 till forever.
You heard him here. 10 till 10. You heard him here first, everybody. It's a 12-hour shift for the Reverend on the... Going to be yacht rocking it up out there, Ace Cafe.
And the night before, I'll be at Kush Ultra Lounge, another sponsor.
Okay.
So I'll be there until 2 in the morning, and then I'll be at Ace Cafe at 11.
Oh, you're just going to walk from one place to the other, I presume?
No, I'm going to...
You got to go home in
between.
between?
I'm going to get on one of those scooters.
Oh, yeah.
Scoot.
What are those called? Limes or something? Or
There's a bird. There's
a bunch of them.
There's a bunch of brands in town, yeah? Yep. Well, Jim's a man about town.
Uber's
he knows
got
that kind of stuff. Uber has a damn scooter?
Lyft has one. Yep.
Is it a motorized
scooter? Yeah, but it's crazy. You got to call it, and then it's got to pick you up. And then you got to tip it. All kinds of crap.
See all these other scooters in the area.
Jim, have you tried the little bikes?
Wheels, they're called. Yeah, it's like a scooter with a seat. Yeah.
Yeah. They go like 20 miles an hour.
They do. They go fast.
Yeah. We're getting so metropolitan here in Orlando.
Yeah.
It's great.
They're like a big city.
Yeah. We're going to be big boy city now. Well, there you go.
Let's not spread the bad news. Okay.
So you're familiar with the concept of deep cuts, I presume, right?
Yeah. Oh, tell me.
You guys?
For those who aren't.
Oh,
yeah. Here's a good description. It starts out... most people don't understand that.
Do you even know?
For ideally, when you used to get records, they were 45s, which meant they were smaller and they were vinyl, and they would have a song on the front or A side and a song on the back or the B side. So the deep cuts typically refers to those B side tracks that were just remarkable, that were probably better than the A side. Right. And the record industry maybe, was just off back then. They thought this is the one that's going to be so popular. And so this edition, we'll hear a couple of those. I can give you an example of a few of them. Yes, what? Okay. Thank you. There's Iron Maiden with Total Eclipse. I guess the number of the beast was on the front of that. It was Total Eclipse. Been on the back side of that. What album was that? Gangland? 1970, Led Zeppelin. Hey, what can I do?
Oh, my God.
On the other side of the A side was Immigrant Song. And just to give you an example. Anyway, you can text us. It's 407-906-9328. You can give us a call on that line as well if you want to shout out and do something about tell us about your deep cut favorites or what have you. But, Jim, you got any that kind of jump out at you? Well, I know today for people, it's hard for them to even realize that there's, an A and a B side. It's just you like a song.
Right.
You don't even listen to an album anymore.
I was speaking to someone recently about the idea of an album, the right. concept of 5 or 6 songs, and then you flip the thing over and you have 5 or 6 songs on an LP. And they took a lot of time to decide the order that the song should go in, and they crafted it. And that all went up in smoke when... Spotify showed up and you just pick songs at random. So there's no...
I think people do still a little bit of that kind of... it's not really soundtracking. I guess that's more for like movies and whatnot, right?
Right.
That's right.
Yeah. More for movies. Yeah, soundtracking. But what would you call that art of arranging songs in a certain way on an album?
Yeah, I don't know.
Does that have a
the
name?
Artist put a lot of time into choosing the order. And, that was back before you could just say, I'm going to randomize this, play them in random, because someone took the time to say, I want this song to set the mood and then this one to change it. And now it's just kind of like... And
we're going to take you really high and then bring you down.
Right. And now people just hit random and all that work is out the window.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And it is. And sometimes the random's really good, but sometimes it's off.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I like what you said about the label chose what's going to be the commercial hit. And then the one on the back was kind of like... This one's never going to make it.
I mean, this one's pretty good, or maybe it was like our second choice.
Kind of filler, yeah.
It was kind of like second choice, maybe, but
you wouldn't put 2 great songs or 2
back to back. Yeah, you would never do that
because you can't sell 2 records.
Yeah, you want to sell 2, not just the one.
Right.
There you go. And then they're getting the bonus track on the back, which was really cool. I mean, I forget. Who sang Crimson and Clover? My sister or stepbrother had a
Joan Jett did a cover.
No, this was a while ago, though.
Yeah, it was before that. She did cover it.
Crimson and Clover.
Anyway, Google that right now.
GTS.
I'm trying it. Yeah.
Crimson and Clover.
Okay, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, there you go.
Tommy James and the Shondells. That was like the very first one.
Wow.
That's right, the first one.
That's a deep cut.
That is a pretty damn deep cut, isn't it?
Then Joan Jett did it. And then Prince actually did a cover.
Did he really?
As well, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. That was a sexy one.
I guess this is the original.
And if that guitar style, Johnny Marr picked that up quite a bit.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's like kind of like the Smiths.
Yeah, it is.
Is that an amp doing that? An effect pedal or something creating that?
Probably one of those, the spinner, I think is what it's called.
Yep.
Back then, it would have been something, definitely a piece of hardware.
Analog.
Exactly, yeah.
Totally
analog.
Yep.
Anyway, I remember that, and I forget if it was a B-side or something like that. Oh, Reverend needs to excuse himself? Oh,
yeah, I'm going
to
excuse
do?
myself.
Okay. So when it comes to deep cuts, though, there's a really great movie out there that people may or may not know about, and it's High Fidelity. I don't know if you ever saw that movie.
I've heard of it.
John Cusack.
Christian Slater.
Isn't that right?
Yeah. What are you going to Google that right now? Why don't you think about what's going on right here in the room?
I'm sitting right here.
There you go.
Oh, Jim's right here, man.
That came out in 2000.
He was in the damn movie, bro.
Jim was in the movie? Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, well,
hardly.
That's why we have him here. It's Jim Hobart. we got here in studio with us.
He was in High Fidelity in the year 2000.
Hey, that
John
being said,
Cusack.
Obviously, what have you done with all the money that you made with the kitchen industrial equipment that you and your family made?
I try to keep that under wraps a little bit.
Oh, it is.
Well, I mean,
it's not the Hobart commercial industrial stuff.
Let me tell you something, Jim. This is a true story. I opened up Houston's in Winter Park, and part of the training, which is very militant, is you have to, every time you have to go by the dish room, you have to say full hands to Hobart, which means you have to have full hands when you come in.
For the dishwasher.
For the dishwasher, yeah. Full hands to Hobart.
I like that.
So now I'm just going to, I don't work there anymore, but if I did, I'd be like.
Yeah, you should put that on a shirt. Full hands to Hobart. That's awesome.
I'm going to tell my wife, Beth, that she needs to say that every time she comes into the room.
I bet.
We don't want to get you in trouble, but I like that. I like that one a lot. There you go.
I'm going to see.
How do we get here from there? Yeah.
Full hands to Hobart.
This is a rabbit trail.
I don't know what he's doing now. What are you doing now?
I'm gonna see. I Googled it right now.
Google that right now.
See? So let's say, dun, dun, dun. There you go.
What do you? Okay.
Well, I don't know what came up.
We don't know what you're doing. You're searching for something.
Yeah.
A phrase that they used to use.
This is great.
It is. It's a phrase we use at Houston.
Great way to open.
Full hands to Hobart.
That's a great phrase.
I love it.
All my fans out there, remember that one. I mean, all my fan out there.
Oh, well, it's good to have more than one fan. You've got a pretty storied career. I can't wait to get to your local legend section here.
Turn this little bubbly thing.
Are you? Oh, is it not helping you?
Not at all. No, I'm done with that. I'm not even.
Oh, you didn't even forget? You were
we're on
looking
to
for
something else. We're done.
What are we on to now?
All right, well, you tell me.
I don't know.
This is such a smooth.
We were talking about deep cuts.
This is what yacht rock is all about.
We were talking about deep cuts, right?
Yeah.
So okay,
that was good.
There you go. So maybe we got
a high pitch.
Hey, thanks for calling the JB Rev Show. Who does be?
Hello. This is CLV. One night.
What?
You know me. You know CLV? Yeah, you know me. You know me on coronavirus, motherfucker. Round guy.
What?
Oh, no.
You just called me a round guy?
Yeah, that's right.
Hold on. You're saying you are
you know me. I get
the
around.
coronavirus. Okay.
Round, I get around.
Okay. Coronavirus. Aren't you
I come with
deadly?
the Florida now. I'm coming to Disneyland.
Okay.
Disney World.
Great. Coronavirus. How serious is this?
Oh.
What?
Oh, it's pretty serious.
Is it?
Oh, I'm going to fuck shit up in the Florida Panhandle.
No.
Okay.
What?
You're coming to Florida. Is that where you're at right now, coronavirus? Where are you? You're everywhere.
Oh, I'm not working too well in Miami because they know about the crystal meth problem.
What? Okay.
Apparently, a crystal meth,
I don't know.
It doesn't work with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is all right. It's a very serious matter. There, serious people in the government working on this problem. So I don't know if you think it's funny to call in here pretending you're.
From one time in the wild bomb. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you even said.
I have no idea what you said either.
Okay, so where are you calling from?
In your call.
You
fuck.
Okay, get rid of this guy.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. All right, thank you. All right, that apparently was the coronavirus, I guess. So
Pretty
thanks for doing that. I guess use our phone line just to text us. You could text us at 407-906-9328. I just got called a round eye.
And we're done.
That's crazy.
Thanks for listening.
All right, let's go to this track. This is from Giraffe.
Giraffe.
It's definitely a deep cut. No, it's actually a very new song. And we're going to get up a little bit. We're going to get it up. The JB Rev Show. We will be right back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's try it again. There you go. Horrible. All right. We'll be right back.
Push that. Pull that. Pump that. Run that. Hit that. Flip that. Work that. Work that. Push that. Pull that. Pump that. Run that. Hit that. Fuck that. Work that. Push that. Pull that. Pump that. Run that. Hit that. Fuck that.
WJBW, Orlando, Florida. The first quasi-radio web show.
Wow. Yeah. There it is. Welcome back to the JB Rev Show. Again, that was a Giraffe. He's a DJ.
Giraffe.
That was a pretty fun song. Anyway, that was a good thing. Break away from that phone call, and this is our Deep Cuts edition featuring Jim Hobart.
Hello.
And we're going to get right into your local legend session, so let's do it. Local legend Jim Hobart, ad executive, creator, creative guy, I will say, photographer, Macbeth Studio, Night Agency, and LocalLoveOrlando.com.
Local Love.
This guy's got a lot of juice. I think we're going to learn his story, which is, from what I know, pretty remarkable in the regards of he got here, and we're glad to have him. He's been here for a good number of years, and I'm honored and privileged to have him in studio. This guy does a lot of great stuff here in Orlando. So once again, brother, man, thanks for giving us some time. We truly appreciate it.
Definitely.
And
well,
great
thanks
to
for
see
having
you.
me. Thank you so much. Great to be here.
All right.
Of course. Well, this is what we do. You know, we love to learn about people, shine a little light, give a little love. Typically when we do these local legends, we like to, go as far back as you want to, share as much or as little with us as you want, but we like to keep it kind of like a linear.
And remember, less is more.
Linear track.
Just kidding.
Coming up into present day. And the Reverend, you can just, if you want me to cut the
I'm over
Reverend's
here
mic.
for it. No.
Yeah, we got the safe word worked out. What is it again?
I can keep this short if you want.
It's no.
No, we're kidding.
It's malarkey. It's malarkey pineapple. Pineapple malarkey. That's the
Okay.
safe word. All right.
Try to
So you
remember
just
that.
say that if he's getting too far over.
Remember
the
how
line.
we rehearsed it in the bathroom,
Because
right?
right
Jim?
now,
yeah.
he's sitting in
Okay.
Jim's lap right now. I still think that's too much,
Get off
Reverend.
of me.
All right.
I'll let the
All right.
man have his own seat over there, for goodness sakes. Yeah.
I'm going to start screaming pineapple.
Pineapple
You
upside
don't have
down
to scream it.
malarkey is what this. All right.
Just whisper in my
Stop with the
ear.
malarkey. Anyway, so what we'd love to do is find out about people. You were born here in the States?
Nope.
You were not born here in
I
the
was
States.
not.
What?
I was born in the UK.
Oh, my God. A foreigner?
In the
I'm a foreigner. I'm an immigrant. Immigrant song. Right
Where?
here.
Yeah. What?
Nice segue.
What town? I guess London. That's the UK. That's
Yeah, London is
Heathrow?
in England, but I was not born in London. I was born about 5 hours west in the southwest part of England in a county of Devon. In a little village, about 50, 60 people.
Awesome.
And for the first 6 years of my life, that was everything I knew about the world. Was
For the
that
first
tiny little village.
50
yeah.
years
Really?
of your life?
First 50.
you say.
Wow. I will say this. You sound like you just got off the boat from there.
Well, thanks. I don't have any accent.
I don't know what that means.
Well, and I did, I hate to say it, but the
Just got off the
coronavirus
boat.
wiped out the entire village.
No.
it may
All right.
have.
Well, I'm glad you said village because I found that super interesting. So,
Tiny.
was it like a serious? You didn't need to say a town. You said a village.
It was a village, yeah. It had a pub.
Okay.
All the houses were made out of Adobe.
They all had thatched roofs.
No, they got Photoshop over there.
Straw.
I was close.
Roofs made of straw. I kid you not.
All right.
And there was a pub, and there was a general store, which was also the post office. And that
Like
was about-
cobbled roads.
No, they
Is
were
that what they
paved.
call them? They were paved.
They were
Okay.
paved roads.
Yeah.
There was one schoolhouse that went from kindergarten
Damn.
to high school.
Was there a pharmacy?
No,
That's why this place never had a OxyContin problem.
it's true. There's not an opioid crisis in Devon, I don't think. But,
Yeah.
when I was 6, we
It's
moved.
coming, Devin.
Yeah, they're waiting.
Don't be scared, Devin.
And when I was 6 years old, my family picked up and moved to British Columbia, Canada, way over on the west coast.
Well, at least they're keeping the British theme going.
Yep.
I like that.
That was British part. And then when I was 9, we moved to Ontario. So halfway back across the country again.
All right.
And then 12 years old, 7th grade, I moved to Newport Richey, Florida, right here on the coast.
Oh wow, was that like
Newport
serious
Richey.
culture shock?
Oh, each one of those moves was.
Each one.
Each one. 6 from England to BC to Ontario to Florida. Those were complete changes
Opposites.
of culture.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
But yeah, living in the frozen tundra playing hockey to living in Newport Richey where,
Where, yeah.
slightly
The only thing
different
frozen is the ice.
in your drink, in your
Yeah.
margarita.
Yeah.
So grew up in Newport Richey until it's time to go to college, and then I went to UCF right here in
Right here in Orlando.
Orlando.
I've heard of that place.
1988, I moved here, and I've been here ever since.
88.
Yep.
So that's
So-
remarkable. Okay.
So that's
You were
when-
22 years old in 88.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
So I actually skipped a step there. I was in Chicago for a couple of years with a friend, and
Yeah.
so
How can you skip the step of Chicago?
I know, it was a great city.
What were you doing in Chicago?
Working, and I got my AA degree from a school outside of.
What kind of work were you doing, Jim?
Oh, you know what college students do. I worked at a Walden Books and a design shop, and
Yeah.
Well, I know what college kids do. I just don't know what you did in Chicago.
yeah, it wasn't anything great.
Were
I
you,
just needed to get away for a while.
How quick did photography kind of get into your life, or were you more an artist kind of guy? Were you always inclined to appreciate the aesthetic form, contribute to it?
That's a great question. I'm not. I have real trouble with the term artist.
Okay.
I'll say that
Okay.
right up front.
All right.
I
All
think
right.
of myself as a technician. I'm much more comfortable with my left brain side than I am with my right brain. So,
Okay.
to answer the question, when did I start? I remember the day it started. My dad loaned me his camera, and I went and shot a track meet in middle school. And
Middle school.
I was 14, I think.
Wow.
And-
so that was here in Florida.
Here in Florida.
Oh, okay.
And I took
Because
pictures of.
the reason I say middle school is because nowhere else but really Florida has middle schools. You notice that?
Junior
it's
high.
normally junior high.
Yeah.
But you said middle school.
I
That's
said
what I'm
middle-
like.
yeah,
Yeah.
that
Did you
was
know
in
that
Florida.
middle school is kind of a Florida thing?
Right.
So-
So I was like,
True story, dude. Why are you
I'm
like?
just laughing at your mannerisms. That's all. This is good. Thanks for the information on that.
Well, I mean that's dedefinitely a Floridian thing to say.
It was a good
and I'm
point.
connecting.
All right, good
being
point.
a Floridian.
nice.
So
So yeah, I shot this track meet, and I got one good photo out of this whole roll of 36 because that was the day we were shooting film, and I got one shot of a guy doing a long jump, and I can still remember the shot.
It, like
he
perfectly?
Jumped, and I was low, and he's floating over the sand pit, and it was just incredible. And I'm like, I'm hooked on this. And from that point forward, I've been doing it as a hobby up until it became a career a lot later on.
Okay.
So
that's cool.
A career.
Well, I love how you describe that too, because you do have to be in the right place to get the right kind of shot.
Well, and you got to take 1,000 pictures.
You
to get
don't
that
even
one
know
shot.
to be there sometimes.
Well, when you're first starting out, it was blind luck. I'm not taking any credit for it, but it was like,
that was what grabbed you, though.
You play a round of golf and you have one good drive, and it's I got to go back and do that again. And
you get one birdie, forget about it.
Yeah. So that was the shot that put me back to photography again. And
That's
again.
great.
And then
I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Is that up anywhere? Is that at Macbeth?
I don't even know if I still have it anymore.
Ooh, that'd be cool to see. Anyway. I'm serious. Just kind of dorky.
That was that was like 1980.
Jeez.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Not much was happening then, but.
Well, they still had A-side and B-side on records back then.
They sure did.
Yeah, because you go to a jukebox, and that jukebox got a little arm, and it bring the thing down.
Right. And talking about deep cuts.
Yeah.
I think it was 80 when Duran Duran's first album came out, and that was like what got me into music.
Was that Seven in the Ragged Tiger or something like that?
Way earlier.
No, way earlier. Dude.
What was the first one called?
I think it was just
Duran Duran.
Yeah, the first one was Duran Duran.
White album with
Yeah.
Anyway.
They're great. They're phenomenal.
Just to keep tying in back into the music, that was the thing that kind of got me into music, and from that point on, I was just like what do they call them? New romantics or something? That era, and so yeah.
So you love all that kind of, deep wave, gothy, kind of, let's say, what are they called? Wow, I can't believe it. Depeche Mode.
Like Psychedelic Furs, Depeche Mode, Echo and the Bunnymen, all that era of
that new
really
wave
great stuff.
was
New
wave is a good way to say it, I guess.
Yep.
Anyway, talking with Jim Hobart, we got lost in the 80s
Let's not forget about post-punk.
After his first badass shot, you're right.
Yep.
Thank you. So were you musically inclined as well? Were you artistically
I'm having a
inclined
feeling
as well? Because you
got
said a
good
lot of
taste in
the
music.
left brain.
I mean, you already said Duran Duran. That's good.
Yeah, I come from a family of musicians. My grandmother played the piano in church, and my dad played guitar, and so there's definitely a musical thread running through it. But I didn't really get into music other than a little percussion in high school until much more recently. But I appreciate music. I just didn't know how to make it.
Oh, so you're saying more currently you're getting into it.
I'm learning.
More. What are you doing? What are you picking up?
I have the best instructor. His name is Jordan Christenot. I'm learning guitar.
Guitar.
I'm learning guitar, electric and acoustic.
We're going to form a band.
Yep.
You, me, the Reverend, his wife on drums.
Give me 5 years to get some licks down.
Oh, you need
I'll be dead. We'll all be dead.
Man.
I'm a brand new beginner.
Coronavirus just called our show. You're really worried.
That's true.
Heineken's next.
Okay. So that's great then. All right. You kind of come from this musical, everybody's got kind of musical chops.
Yep.
Where did the concepts kind of come in with the ad space? Was that something out at UCF, or give us some color on that? Because that's pretty.
Sure.
To me, that's an art.
I think it is.
It really is.
I think in college I started to learn how to do graphic design. When I started at UCF in '88, there were the very first Macintosh computers. You guys aren't old enough to remember those.
What are you talking about?
There was like
I remember Quark.
9-inch black and white screen. This is PageMaker.
You're only 3 years older than me, Jim.
Oh, that's
This is
before that.
way
I remember
PageMaker.
Macintosh.
Okay, there you go.
Quark is new.
And you're right.
PageMaker is So this would have been I worked on. I started doing graphic design kind of a little bit in Chicago, but mostly when I got to UCF, it was that little 9-inch Mac screen that like brought me in, and I would spend 16 hours a day at the Mac lab and just try to learn how to create stuff.
You and your floppies.
Yep. Yeah, you had a floppy with the OS on it first, and then
OS floppy.
It was a nightmare.
Terrible.
So, graphic design at UCF, got my ad PR degree, and then a couple of years after school, I was working for an advertising agency here in town.
Cool.
And a buddy of mine from college called me up and said, "Hey, I'm working."
Hey, are you still gay, Jim?
Are you?
Come on over.
And then
just in college.
He also said,
right.
My brother needs some graphic design done. Do you still do that? And I said, sure. And so we start working together on this project for him. We had so much fun. We said, this is great. Why don't we keep doing this? Which led to the start of our advertising agency.
Night agency.
The night agency, which...
like K and I.
Well, like the UCF.
Yeah, like the UCF Nights.
Right. And our very first project was to create Pegasus Magazine. I don't know if you guys are UCF.
Yeah.
grads, but
No, I'm a UCF dropout.
Okay.
I'm a UCF trespasser.
Don't say that.
No, I was born in Winter Park, so I've been here my whole life. So
got it. Well,
I watched that school grow up,
right,
to be the biggest school in all of America. Did you know that?
Yep.
Is it really?
Yeah, dude.
I think it's second to Arizona State.
Oh, you mean as far as campus?
No, number of students.
Number of students.
Number of
It's
students.
definitely the biggest in Florida.
65,000.
And the
no
Southeast.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Massive. Absolutely massive.
Yeah.
Remarkable.
Yeah, man.
Certainly.
And you know why? Because it's so much land that they can spread out on and build and build and build. So pretty soon we'll pass Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. It wouldn't surprise
I think
me.
we already have.
And we have middle schools, the Reverend told us earlier.
Yeah,
So
we do.
don't
And we
forget-
still have
Don't
them.
forget that. That's what we call them.
Right.
Fuck junior highs.
Okay.
Goddamn middle school.
This man is going to share this
Right?
interview. Will you stop?
It's all right.
It's all right.
I
all
hate
his
junior
kids are
high.
It's
grown.
all right. No, okay.
No,
All
I
his
love it.
kids are grown.
I mean, the ones that live are smarting off to him because we'll cover that later.
What? Reverend, pipe him down
No,
over
he's,
there.
He's good. He's good.
Okay.
Anyways,
Obligatory laughter.
So I graduated. I started this company with Mike, and we started Pegasus Magazine, which led to tons of other cool stuff. And the agency, Night Agency, is still going strong here in downtown Orlando.
Yeah.
all right.
And after 10 years, I told
Wow.
Mike, I'm kind of burned out on the ad world. We'd hired a ton of people, and I was just like, I wasn't needed anymore. There was people who could do everything I needed.
I'm just a consultant.
So I got out. I sold my house.
Oh,
You sold
you
your
just
house.
dipped. Yeah, you're like, hey.
dipped
You're like
out.
$1.50. I'm gone.
About that.
You know what? Fuck you. Here's 50 cents.
So I bailed out, and
Sorry.
for a year, I kind of figured stuff out. Beth and I went and lived in England for a year. And
Oh, nice.
checked it out, spent some time with my family, and then we
Yeah.
came back, and I started the photography business. So
Okay.
if you imagine from, I don't know, the late 70s when I first started taking pictures
Okay.
until about
It changes.
2006, tons of stuff.
Oh,
had
my
happened.
goodness.
Oh,
The whole
always have to
technology-
upgrade your equipment.
Film
Technology
right.
stack had changed like 3 times.
Perfect.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so 2006 was about when you could buy a camera for a price that a beginner could afford.
Yeah.
That was actually a high-res digital, and it was as good as film about that time. So the first
Yeah.
Canon and Nikon digitals came out. So I bought myself a Canon digital camera and started learning how that whole process worked. And now, because you become when you have film, you take the pictures and you send them off to someone, and
Right.
they come back as pictures.
You never
Now,
had your own darkroom? I think you had your own darkroom.
I had a black and white darkroom.
Yeah.
I didn't do color, but I did do black and white.
Gotcha.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, those color chemicals, man. I'm getting
Got
you.
complicated, and the enlargers had
Right.
thousands of dials on them. It got really
Yep.
deep.
Yeah.
But black
Yeah.
and white is fun. It's
Deep
really
Cuts is
great.
the name of the show.
It's very deep. So I started the photography, and I'll tell you here's a little most people don't know. In that time when I had a little bit of money and nowhere to be, which is a wonderful place to be for a little while,
man.
right? When you don't have to actually get up and go to work every day.
Here.
So I decided to learn how to fly.
Really?
My uncle had taken me flying
pilot.
in British Columbia when I was a little kid. And so I decided to
great.
finally get my pilot's license. So I did that. And
What
realized-
was a little Cessna 172 type of deal?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Nice.
great.
And I learned right here at Executive.
Yeah, right across, right up the road.
Dropped it.
Oh, the Reverend fell off the
Yep.
table.
Uh-oh.
That's-
Pick him up.
Yeah, you go.
I'm fine.
Did we say pineapple now or no?
Kick him over. Yeah. Pineapple cornflake. What was it? Malarkey.
So I learned to fly, and then
Wow.
I realized it's a real expensive hobby if you're
Yeah.
renting a plane. And so I thought,
Yeah.
how can I get somebody else to pay for me to fly?
Okay, this is great.
I didn't want to join the military. I didn't want
Right.
to join the police force. I didn't want to join a TV station and fly.
Sure.
So I said, well, I already know photography. What if I just start taking pictures from the air of stuff
Wow.
and sell it to
dude, aerial.
construction companies?
Great.
Aerial.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Now, of course, they got
Aerial
drones to do all that.
photography.
drones, right? But for about 10
Wow.
years, there was
That's so cool.
So you
7 years.
What I love about you, and I just want to put a pin in it, because you're the kind of
You
guy
put a
that
pin in it?
I admire that, because I always want to learn, like until they put me in the ground,
Right.
And you seem like that kind of guy. Like he's always trying to, you're voracious as far as what you're
I love
open
learning.
to learn.
I
He'll
love
never learn how to
That's
be
great.
cool, though.
Well,
Wow.
there's some things just
You can't.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like
He
teaching
will
a
be-
monkey.
He will
to
learn
speak.
how to be cool if he goes out to Ace Cafe Sunday, 11 to 2.
yacht rock.
There you
You're
go.
getting
He gets
close
some yacht
to
rock.
being cool.
I'm going to be there.
Okay.
All right, you should. I got a captain's table. You can sit at the table, and
Oh man, that would be awesome.
that's where all the VIPs are.
Okay. There you guys figure this out offline,
So anyway.
please. Jeez. In the middle of this man's interview.
Not
Here.
peanut, not pineapple yet. So I got this bug to take pictures from the air. Well, right about that time, this is sort of 2006, 2007. Things were going great. And then everybody knows what happened in 2008, right? The whole economy.
What's happening right now?
Right.
It's happening again.
Yeah.
Construction stopped cold. Anybody building anything laid off all the workers, and they just left the site just sitting there. So
I'm telling you, and there's so much being built right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's ridiculous. And
Deja vu, man.
Yeah, man.
So I had
We're
to
all
do,
gonna
if I wanted to keep the photography business going, I had to do something else other than aerial, right? Because that business was done. So I started taking pictures of people. So I started doing portraits and architecture from the ground. And
let's bring Beth into this, and that's how you first you started that slutty magazine. Just kidding,
What
just
the
kidding,
hell is
Beth.
he talking about?
Have you seen his wife?
Okay. Yeah.
How's she doing? I meant to tell her.
Speaking of real estate,
let him.
Beth is killing it in the real estate. So as long
she
as
was
until until yesterday.
Way to jinx it.
So she started her business right about the same time I started mine.
Who does she work with?
She works with a company called Mainframe. Exactly.
That's what I thought I saw. Mainframe.
Yeah,
Mainframe Real Estate here, and they're on Orange Ave, and great company. She's doing great guns. She's going super good. So yeah. So then we opened our first studio on Orange Ave, and
so that's Macbeth.
Macbeth.
Mac, not Black Sabbath. Black Macbeth. Sabbath.
Beth, what?
Macbeth. Oh,
Right.
Is that like your nickname? Is Mac?
Macbeth. My middle name's McDonald, so that's where the Mac comes from, and Beth is Beth. So we just.
That's funny. Earlier, when you said you went to England and came back, I was like, well, Macbeth is Denmark, isn't it? Wait.
Scottish.
Oh, who am I thinking of?
The Prince of Denmark.
Prince of Denmark.
But they call it the Scottish play because
Macbeth.
it's bad luck to say Macbeth in the theater, apparently. So
yes.
And I thought that was going to be a detriment. Instead, actors love it because it's like, oh, Macbeth.
Yeah.
Right? I can say it here, but not,
Yeah.
So Jim,
get your headshot.
Jim Hobart. We got Jim Hobart
great.
in studio with us right now.
Here I am.
And it's macbethstudio.com.
That's right.
That's right.
And let's talk about you do a podcast as well.
I do.
What's that called?
It's got an enormous listenership of about 8.
Okay.
Well, after tonight's show, it'll probably go down to 6.
Probably will. So I'll tell you real quick. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
It is called Finding My Quiet Place, and
Have you found it yet?
Nope. And it was inspired by this idea that the world just keeps getting louder, right? We're all distracted by our phones and the email going and everything else, and it's constant noise and chaos and distraction. Yeah. And so I started interviewing people, local celebrities, local legends, if you will, who have a way that they
Why haven't I been on yet?
Disconnect. You're going to be on.
Okay, good. Because I found my quiet place. Go on.
Did you? Is this it
You're
right here?
fucking it up right now.
Okay,
I
here
was
it
so
is.
close.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Okay. It's dead air on our show. Yeah.
That's great.
Yes. And here we go, everybody.
That's great.
For the next 20 minutes.
This is the Reverend's quiet place right now. So all I do is I ask people,
I wish.
how do you get mentally concentrate? Because it's not always quiet. It's sometimes very loud. Like one girl I interviewed, Christy. She
Christy.
paints. Yeah.
She found her quiet
She's
place.
wonderful. She paints, but she paints with the radio blasting all the time. But
my
it's
God.
her focus. It's her place where she gets mental focus.
That's why we broke up.
So when I say her husband will be interested to hear that.
Yeah, well.
Lord.
So I talk to people about how they find mental focus and bring it back because the world just distracts constantly. And so it's kind of a fun chat for me, and I learn every single time when I do this.
Right.
So check it out on Stitcher.
And there's
podcast.
about 20 plus episodes,
called
I think, almost, right?
I think we're
Finding My Quiet Place.
Yeah, there's a dozen so far, and I've got 4 in the can for the next
you've done
season.
like a season. Yeah, you're
4
doing
in the can.
in seasons, which
So
is
I
great.
got 2 in the cooch.
Oh, hello.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
That was me. So yeah.
Sorry, Beth.
So I'm trying to do.
So when do they run? When do the
I-
seasons run?
I launch
technically?
them on Saturday mornings,
Oh,
and I do
cool.
like a 12-week
Oh,
season.
cool.
12
Okay.
Saturdays, because
Yeah.
I figure if someone's going to be in the mood to dial it back and
Yeah.
listen to something kind of low key,
Saturday
morning, chilling.
Right after the cartoons.
Yeah. Get up. You don't necessarily have to be at work right away or
Yeah.
do something. So yeah.
Okay.
We'll be
little
back
Rocky
in a few more
Bullwinkle.
weeks. We'll start up the next season.
Well, people can go check out the very first season.
Yep.
Right
and
now,
there's some
which
great
is
people
what's
on
cool.
it. I got some. I really.
Yeah, how can I find that?
Finding My Quiet Place.
But on where?
Google that right
Google it.
now.
Okay. I'll just
.com.
Google-
It's got its own website.
Wow.
Finding My Quiet Place on Apple Podcast.
I wish we had that kind of money.
Yeah, right.
But,
$7 a year for that domain name.
I'm still trying to find my place where I don't have to be anywhere and I got plenty of money.
Right. Well,
You did that, and you still didn't find your quiet place.
That was one of those once in a lifetime lucky breaks.
So you got Phil Hoffman as a guest.
Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
Phil.
Evan
Hoffman.
Miga.
Evan Miga. Yep.
Yeah. Evan.
Brendan Byrne.
Yep. He's the space reporter for WMFE.
Patty Sheehan. We've
Oh,
had
yeah,
her
we've had Patty.
call in.
You love Commissioner
We love
Sheehan.
her.
She's great.
Best politician out there.
Oh,
Yep.
Commissioner. I like the,
Adam Scheinberg.
Yep.
Adam. Our buddy Kurt Earhart.
Yep. With
Kay Rollins.
Maxine's on Shine.
Yeah, that's right.
And Kay, the owner of...
Kevin Fonzo, you mean? The owner of K?
Kay Rollins.
Kay Rollins is the founder of the
yeah.
Orlando City soccer team.
That's right. Well, who you probably met at Maxine's, didn't you?
Yeah. I forget how we met. I think it was met through Beth, actually.
She is awesome.
Who, Kay? Yeah.
Yeah.
She's incredible.
She really
And
is.
she's got that great English
Didn't we have her
accent.
as a guest?
Who
we have
spoken with her at Maxine's.
At Maxine's, but
technically.
so
she has been a guest. In person actually.
And it was right. I can't believe the bullshit with Ray.
Yep.
I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
This is not.
Gonna.
This is not lunch at Crespo's or whatever you're doing.
We're going to get Maxine on this season, I hope. So
Okay.
We had Kurt, her
great.
husband, on the
Right.
last season.
So you're lining all that up now, and it's a pain in the booty, isn't it?
It's a lot of work being your
I'll be
own
a
producer.
And
Leah?
Sure, yeah.
well, that's why when you were like,
This
"Hey,
guy.
we're going to come here," I was like, "Let's do you come here," and you were so affable
Yeah.
to
I'll be right
the
there.
notion.
Sure.
Well, I mean, it's difficult to schedule people week
Right.
after week.
Right.
This
And
guy knows nothing about it.
And I'm very low tech. Not like
You got to be
for
kidding,
your
right?
listeners out there, I need to show a picture of what this looks like. This is like a radio station inside this place. I just have a couple mics and a Zoom recorder, and I go to wherever they are because I record them in their quiet place.
Oh, cool!
And
I love that.
There's a little twist on it. There's a video. There's a visual component to it. So it's an AV podcast. So I take this old 1950s Rolleiflex and I shoot 12 black and white photos on it. And this camera is like a dinosaur, right?
Visual supplement.
So my quiet place is making photos on this old analog camera. There's no instant feedback. There's this little click when it fires, but it's manual focus, and you get 12 shots and you're done with the roll. So for me, the concentration is where I get my quiet place from.
Right.
And so those pictures are on Instagram and Facebook, and you just go to Finding My
It's
Quiet
almost
Place
like
and-
one of those booths when you go into a bar. It takes 3 pictures and you're done.
Right.
You know, it's like
those little those
like
little photo booths.
Yeah. So I take and I've
So when I'm a guest on your show,
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a little tight fit because my quiet place I found is this porta potty out there in off of in Bithlo, off of 50. And
I might do some aerial photography for that, where I can be sort of at a safe remove.
you're not, all right,
I got to break out the drone for that one. I think I don't want to be.
Do you have a
I want
drone?
to be a safe distance. Yeah.
I'm sure he is experimenting with all this kind of cool stuff.
Well, that's what you do.
Well, as a
You
quick
gotta
aside, I mean,
stay on top of the edge.
I'm nerdy with stuff like that. Like we were talking about this, this board that I'm using to broadcast,
Yeah,
and
I love it.
the infrastructure and stuff like that. But what kind of things are you getting into? I mean, I like, you're doing the audio recording.
Yep.
Because that does give. I used to love to do like a man on the street stuff.
Right on.
I love that kind of stuff because it's all impromptu and it's like raw. You're
Right.
capturing it.
Right. And I love the nerdy part of this. This is why
Yeah.
digital photography is such a good place for me, because it's got the tech and it's got the art. So the left and
You're
right
doing
brain.
it.
Yeah.
And the same thing with this audio recording, right?
Yeah.
You talk to someone, so there's an artistry to that. But then there's all this tech, right? You got to download the file from your recorder, and then you got to go through and clean up the audio, and then you got to splice in the ads.
We see that's what's cool about our podcast is we don't do that.
Okay.
Well, the reason being though is we keep all of our shit real.
It used to sound horrible. At
And
certain
you
points. I
never-
had problems with connections.
No editing.
Anyway, but yeah, we do it live. But yeah, you were saying.
Well, when you guys never make mistakes, so you don't
Never.
need to ever edit.
I mean, the intro to this show alone
I screw
was
up.
spectacular.
It was perfect.
It can get no better
You guys
than
haven't
that.
made a mistake yet. I've never seen anybody be
Not-
so good at something.
Well, I mean, I've been
you.
sitting in this chair for 5 years now.
Okay.
And God, does my butt hurt.
A true professional over
It
there,
does.
right?
But
So,
every Tuesday,
Does
wake
your
me
face
up,
hurt?
Hey, you ready?
Does your face hurt?
Because
it's killing me. Okay.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah. So to answer your question about what I'm into, I love the drone. I still love flying. Right? There's nothing like being up there yourself. The drone feels like you're removed. Right? You're like watching a movie on the screen while your drone's up there getting all the great shots. Nothing like flying. There's no feeling like looking down at the world from up there. And if either guys want to ever go flying, just say the word and we'll go.
Word.
Wow.
I love it.
Word. You have your own plane?
No, I rent.
So far, he's gonna.
Oh, well, I'm not putting up the money for that shit, Jim.
Okay, fair enough. I'll let you know when I buy my Learjet.
Oh, yeah. And then maybe, if I'm not busy, I'll get on it. Depending on what kind of food and drink you got.
The plane does not have a restroom on it, so you have to think about that.
Shit out of luck.
It's like a Volkswagen Bug.
Don't you have that bag, Reverend, that you wear around everywhere?
My colostomy right here, buddy.
I just have a Gatorade.
Oh, I just spilled.
Gatorade bottle is all you need, man.
God, I hope not. Yeah, you need a really small Gatorade bottle, he said. Anyway,
actually, all I need is one of those little mini shot bottles.
Yeah, that's all you need.
My dick is so small. Yeah. Fits right in that neck of that little tiny bottle.
Okay, nobody cares.
And I'm lucky if I get quarter it full.
Your dick. Please. Come on. We're trying to have a serious conversation here.
Got the HIV, your dick.
Okay. Don't Mickey Avalon me or whatever it is.
You might have to edit some of this.
Okay, so deep cuts. Yeah. Should we go to that for a deep cut?
You know what? I put a deep cut. That's actually it's not even deep cut, but it's good because it's kind of just it's new. It's in your face. It's Negative Land is the name of the song, right? Just to keep everything positive.
Oh, okay.
I think we should definitely play Negative Land.
Okay.
Don't listen to this because everything they say is true. So fuck you.
What?
Yeah, I'm serious. And if you don't like the post tonight, then fuck you too.
I don't know what that means. Why?
Well, just play. You know what? Just play the song. Maybe you might understand. All right. What's the name of the group?
Negative Land?
No, that's the name of the song, dude. Wait, I sent it to you, and
I'm trying to find it.
Okay.
Negative Land.
Negative Land. Oh, who's the name of the group, man? It's like so. And we'll be right back. And we're off.
It is Negative Land by 4th of July.
No, name of the song is 4th of July.
The
name of the band.
Man, do you even know?
I don't know where I am.
What is happening?
Who's the guest tonight? Jim Hobie.
Negative Land.
He invented the Hobie Cat.
He does.
Full hands on Hobie.
In charge of all of that restaurant equipment.
High school nickname, Hobie Cat.
Really? Was it?
Yep.
Nice.
And your middle, so it's Jim McDonald.
James McDonald Hobart is the
James
official.
McDonald.
James.
Right? It sounds very...
Yeah.
No, I'm Gerald Harvey Johnson III.
Well,
yeah.
I'm just one.
When he learns guitar, though, that's where he's going to come out and be... be unstoppable, dude.
Well, you know, like Jay Giles Band? I thought I'd be the Jay McDonald Band.
Hey, that's good.
Jay Giles Band.
I like Jay Giles. Remember that?
That's a deep cut.
Boston.
Freeze frame. That is
Boston.
a damn deep cut. I'd rather play that than play this because I don't know what this is.
No, you're going to play this right now.
I'm afraid of the
This
reverence.
is 4th of July.
One of your
Negative Land
revelations, and what we'll do, we'll listen to
this isn't a revelation. This is just we're taking a break.
Oh, this is a deep track, a deep cut track.
Just
I've never even heard of this band.
I know you haven't.
Okay,
and it just came out 2 weeks ago.
Phil Hoffman's heard about it.
So
Phil Hoffman knows everything about music.
We're going to just take a listen and just make sure.
I want to come back.
You take some notes.
I want
some notes.
Come back. I want to talk about localloveorlando.com.
Let's make some love after this Negative Land.
And then we'll do your revelation later. But
yeah, this is so negative. It's going to be awesome. Fuck you. Fuck you too. All right? Never mind. We're just going to go home. Oh, there we go. You want to start the song over, okay? There you go. There you go. So, we're perfect. Just like Jim Croce said over there. This is 4th of July with Negative Land. This is the JB Rev Show.
What? Melt the North Pole? Well, Congress once considered the idea. And really, it wasn't such a bad idea. Except for one or two little things. We'll read about it. Read with me.
Pull up your right sleeve a little bit, please.
Idea.
Just how far can you go on this thing?
Warm.
What is the problem? What is the problem?
We are the original Homeland Security.
A country that feels that it is at war domestically, even when it is not really at war domestically.
Our conditions are as follows.
I can make 15 fucking posts on Facebook and not fucking one of you will share it. Because you don't want to offend somebody. Get the fuck off the internet. You are of no use to anybody. Shut your fucking accounts down. Shut your fucking mouths. Fall in line and love socialist America, because that's what you got. Fuck you.
Bring a smile and a wink to all the kids who hate the American government.
I've been nice. Online.
Violence against others is acceptable.
I don't have children. I live alone. I can spend all of my free time dedicated to working online. And all of the hours that I've spent online working for this country is how I see it. And you people don't even share the shit I post. Thumbs up, you'll write the comments section on Facebook. Well, you know what? That doesn't count on YouTube.
What is the problem?
Figure out how to use the fucking internet or get the hell off of it.
There's no way to be committed to nonviolence in the middle of the most violent society that history's ever created.
It's a tool of the left. Use it against them.
I would argue that it's un-American to trust the government.
Facebook, Twitter.
Down with the pig system.
Facebook, Twitter.
Down with the pig system.
All tools of the left. All tools of the left.
I beg you to make your own YouTube channels and begin speaking with people. Have I just committed suicide for no reason whatsoever? Many of us are going to die.
You want to really do it? I'll give you my fucking address. Better yet, Google my goddamn name, find it yourself, show up unannounced. I'll be happy to fucking greet you at my door. I'll be happy to find you in my bedroom in the middle of the night, you assholes. Come on over. I'll fucking kill you and I'll enjoy doing it. You either believe in what you're posting or you don't.
What is the problem? What is the problem?
I don't know how to get through to people. I have tried everything I can.
What is the problem?
I was born on the fucking 4th of July.
Hey, if you're not having a good time, I'm not having a good time. So why the fuck you listening? Get the fuck off my channel. What is the problem?
You just sound like that guy in the promo.
What is the problem?
I thought we had that professionally done there. What the hell was that song?
That was called Negative Land by 4th of July, dude.
Oh.
You know who turned me on to that? Mr. Andrew Spear.
Okay.
Turn me on to that.
Well, I mean, I'm
a better person.
Was it left leaning or was it right leaning?
It's just.
It was like talking about the
Jim during said, sounds like a Twitter
socialist something
Twitter thread.
It sounded like somebody's comments on Twitter.
I mean, I get the point of the song.
Do you?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's basically saying, all the shit. Everybody's talking, nobody's listening.
Then okay.
Negative Land is a good title for that.
Perfect title for that.
Anyway, all right. Well, that's one of the breakaways we just
got
did.
Jim Hobart
in the middle of this interview.
Hello. Let's talk about some charity work.
I wish we didn't do that now. So let's do that. Yeah. So what's cool about this guy again? Like you said,
there's a lot cool.
Well, you
got a cool watch on.
Always take. You kind of always take things and you do them in cycles, like maybe a 10-year cycle of doing stuff. And I love that because it opens you up to do a lot of stuff. So anyway, in this recent, more current recent incarnation, you've kind of moved into philanthropic endeavors. And this is localloveorlando.com.
Local Love.
How old is this organization?
Well, that's a complicated sort of question. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Local Love Orlando has evolved organically and by accident. Like a lot of really cool things that have happened in my life, they kind of happened by accident.
Right.
Flashback very quickly. I used to do a program in my studio called First Friday Photos, and I would have people come into the studio on the first Friday of each month, and we'd do headshots for nothing, like $20. We'd just barely break even after we bought the booze and the food. So
right.
So after a while, local or First Friday Photos sort of started to get a following. We did this for 4 years. This first Friday of every month for 4 years.
Out of your house?
No, at the studio.
Oh, okay.
At our photo studio.
Okay.
This was like 2010, 11, 12, 13.
Cool. I was 16 years old.
Like Favo was kind of doing like First Fridays, maybe around this, started doing it. Okay.
Exactly. So we would do this event, and it turned into, very quickly, it became kind of like, not just walk in, get your picture, and leave. It became kind of a party. And we were approached by some good folks, Greg and Carolyn with, I've just forgotten the name of their company. I'll come back to that. Sorry, guys.
Greg and Carolyn.
Greg and Carolyn, good people. And they said, could we do a homelessness fundraiser and use your First Friday as kind of the glue that holds it together? Give it a core. So let people come in and take pictures. And my studio manager at the time, Hillary Powers, drew this brilliant map of downtown Orlando that included all the neighborhoods. She created it, she researched it, and she built this amazing map, 8 feet square. It was a backdrop, and we took pictures of people in front of this gorgeous backdrop. Well, a bunch of sort of influential folks in Orlando saw it, including the mayor.
Yeah.
And he came in and he looked at this
Buddy
map.
Dyer?
Buddy Dyer came in and he saw this map and he goes, "What are you going to do with this when you're done with it?" We're like, "We don't know. We just made it as a backdrop." And he says, "Can I have it?" And we said, "Sure."
Well, how much money you got?
Right. So then,
son of a bitch,
people started saying to us, "Hey, I would love a print of that for my wall." And it wasn't just one or two; it was dozens who came in that day. So, in addition to the fundraiser for homelessness, we said, "You know what? Let's digitize this thing, turn it into a print." So Hillary spent months making this beautiful print.
And Hillary Clinton, by the way. So those
a
listeners
different
out there.
Hillary, but anyway.
Oh, okay.
So she made this gorgeous print, and we sold 500 of them in about 10 days. And we realized there was a market for Orlando swag, Orlando stuff, things that show people just wanted to show how proud they were of downtown Orlando.
Yeah.
And at the time, Swansea,
Disney picked up on it right away.
Kind of delineate from Disney.
Yeah. And so at the time we did this, there wasn't a lot of downtown stuff. Now there's been a bunch more. So a little serious moment here. Let me just preface this.
Everybody bow your heads.
Right. So you guys may remember we were about to do a launch for this company. We had a space picked out. We had the mayor on the calendar. We had all these people invited on a Wednesday night in June of 2016.
Oh, I know what year. Yeah.
And the Sunday morning before that event, we had the worst mass shooting in American history at the time.
At the time.
And we couldn't do our launch because you know what the mood was in Orlando that week and for months afterwards.
Right.
So we called up the mayor's office and we said, "Look, clearly we can't have this event. We have to cancel." And the mayor's office said to us, "Please do. We need events to bring people together. Please don't cancel it." So
so they were like, "Don't cancel."
They said, "Don't cancel."
Yeah, don't.
They said, "We need these kinds of events." But this was going to be a commercial business, and we realized that ain't going to work. So the One Orlando Fund popped up. So two companies, Mama Sauce, who does the printing, the silkscreen printing here in town, and Real Thread, both came up and said, "We'll donate shirts and printed pieces if you guys provide us the artwork." Okay. So Hillary quickly made a version of the downtown Orlando map and put a heart where Pulse is. And Mama Sauce donated 1,000 of those maps, and Real Thread donated a ton of the T-shirts. And we raised $20,000 that night. And all that money went straight to the One Orlando Fund to help the victims and their survivors.
Right.
Point is, I tell you all that to say that Local Love Orlando was scheduled to be a for-profit business until that moment. Wow. And then we realized now we can't be a for-profit business. We have to be, because everyone knows us as a philanthropic organization. Well, so we changed our model completely.
Even the not-for-profit designation of a
business.
Well, not for profit.
Right.
That's not a 501c3.
Right.
That's
And-
not a non-profit necessarily.
Right.
Yeah.
So what we thought about it, it didn't happen overnight. It was a kind of an evolution.
All right, Mr. Technical.
Over months. But what we ended up doing was we started doing what we called local love nights. And we had an event the following spring. So this would be like 9 months after Pulse.
Okay.
And we had an event at the City Arts Factory, and we raised $6,000 in one night for Zebra Coalition.
Right, okay.
People in front of a background, they got their photo taken, they could buy products and swag, and
nice.
all proceeds went to a small local cause. Zebra Co helps LGBTQ youth.
Youth dealing with,
They've been kicked out of their house because their parents...
Exactly. You got nowhere to go.
Right. If you ever get a chance to interview Heather Wilkie, do it. She's amazing.
Write that down. Because
I can give it to you. Yeah, she's an
in
incredible
that case,
lady.
We'll have him take a picture.
I'll write it down. So the point was this thing evolved into something we realized, look, people want reasons to come together, show their support for downtown Orlando and for small local causes. Again, the emphasis is on small. We wanted to bring the community together and create the philanthropists of tomorrow.
Wow. Okay.
Keep the entry fee low so that the millennials who have their first job can afford the $20 entry fee, not these $300 galas that the Winter Park folks do.
Yeah.
So nothing against those, but we wanted to support local small artists, local small charities, and bring in local young people.
People that, want to help, but they can't necessarily afford.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So we're currently in the process of getting our 501c3 status with the help of Clayton Ferreira, who is an expert at that sort of thing. And we are bringing...
Clayton Ferreira, I tell you what.
He's a good guy.
He is.
Ideas for us and fleet farming.
That's right.
He's involved in all kinds of cool stuff.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, great guy. Another one you should probably have on your show.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
What was his name?
Clayton Ferreira. F-E-R-R.
Ferraro.
Ferrari.
Potato.
Ferrari. So
he goes by Clay Lamborghini.
He's a great guy.
Late at night.
So anyway, the idea here is that we turn this foundation into a nonprofit so we can do regular events and donate all the money to the causes and then sell prints of those pieces of artwork.
Right.
So for future revenue, every time we sell one of those prints, a percentage of the
that's
proceeds continue to go to the cause. So,
I love how smart that is.
Well,
yeah,
we'll see. It hasn't.
What do you mean we'll see?
Well, we've done half a dozen events and they've gone really well. To be honest, we've seen that the model
sounds
works.
like a good start.
Now we've got to fine tune it a little bit, but we got a core team of really good people. And
so that being said, Jim, and this is I reached out to you. We're not going to talk too much about it, but we're doing a thing for Jim Bronzo.
Yes.
Screaming Peacock, and he's with Second Chance Animal
Wildlife
Rescue
Sanctuary.
There you go. And of course, tragically, almost a year ago to the day, it was about a year ago. He lost everything, including his best friends in life, his 3 precious dogs. But then, it's just such a tragic story. So, I reached out to you about helping us out to do that. And that's, now just having you here in studio. Once again, thanks, Jim,
for
being
welcome.
here. Jim Hobart, we have in studio with us. I pick up a lot of just awesomeness from you.
Thank you.
And this is why me and JB do this, is to reflect and shine light on people like yourself, because we don't make a penny for this, and we don't, and that's. But let me finish.
It's very altruistic,
right? But Right. But it's just really nice to have, a guest like you here in studio talking about stuff like this, and really, it's a reflection on our community and local love. That's such an awesome name.
LocalLoveOrlando.com.
That's such a
charity
great
we're talking about now.
Yeah.
And the Rev is gushing all over Jim.
Well, I am, because
pineapple.
Yeah. Pineapple malarkey.
I was born in Winter Park. I've been here my whole life.
So you're a native.
And the people you've been bringing up, I know.
Right.
Right. And so it's it's really really touching me now.
So So he was kind of on.
I'm not touching him now.
On a jag. No, and
not
he's
anymore. Pineapple.
No, he is not touching him now. But he was kind of going on a jag there, which is great. Because when we go to a place, as an example, things kind of organically happen. We can have a soft skeleton, structure of what we think is going to happen, and people we want to talk to that are going to be there. But sometimes the random things in life, are the most wonderful. And really, you're very inspiring figure, and if I will tell you what, moving forward with this show, we're going to end everything for May 2020, but moving forward in this show, I could really see us doing maybe just a once a month show for a charity. In the future, if we ever bring the show back, that's what I would like to turn the show into. So really something more meaningful. But I mean, we get to talk with people like
instead of just being all silly all the time.
Well, we can be stupid still, but most importantly, I love the metric of saying, "Hey, these 3 months, look what we did." We did this and this and this. And it's not really for bragging rights or anything, but it's really to the point where you get in life where you're like, okay, I got my stuff in order. How can I help other people,
Exactly.
And even when you don't have your stuff in order, sometimes it's good to have that disposition too, because you're earnestly, trying to help everybody go forward.
There's no doubt that, we've definitely have had people on here that we have helped their cause, and I've definitely felt really good about that. But I don't do this to
every week we just try to learn about people on the show. So there you go. So this week it's really
not just
super
any
awesome.
People.
Well,
people that are making
really
a difference.
Super awesome. People that are making a difference. That is who we love to talk to. However, sometimes your identifying marker of a difference can be big or small. Right. Large.
Okay.
Or
Professor.
Small little waves on the sand.
Yeah.
Corroding away at the rock.
Anywho.
You're the rock.
We got Jim Hobart in the studio with us.
Hey.
So, pineapple, dude. Oh, my God. Oh, see?
Nice seagull.
Sorry. It was a lesbian seagull, just to be clear.
Got to keep that LBGDQ.
What? You didn't even...
how do you say it right?
You just ordered a sandwich.
I'll take the PBJ
Come on.
BLT.
Oh, man.
With a Q.
KFC's our new sponsor, Korean Fried Chicken.
Dude, have you had that?
Korean Fried Chicken, have you?
No.
We love food. We love to talk about food on the show.
So, Chick-In?
Yes.
Chick-In?
Where is that?
Oh, it's on 1792. It's KFC, which is Korean Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
Dude,
KFC.
Let me tell you something, Jim.
Best.
It's so crunchy.
It's so crispy. It's so delicious, dude.
Awesome.
You almost want to eat the bone. Anyway.
Yeah.
That was our quick
we need to have them as a
breakaway.
guest, too.
We'd also like to thank Lemon and Lime, our sponsor, Lemon and Lime. 2 delicious citrus fruits that go so well together, lemon and lime.
Oh, my God. I thought you were like, what? What is this? Anyways.
Got it.
Back to Jim Hobart here in
keep
studio
talking
with
about
us.
Local Love Orlando.
So localloveorlando.com.
Well, we have a synergy here because last summer we did an event for Jim. Last spring,
right,
4 weeks after his tragic fire.
Yeah,
his screaming peacock, which is named Sylvester,
right,
who woke him up in the middle of the night and saved his life.
Yep.
He said that peacock, if it hadn't screamed when it did, he was seconds away from the whole house collapsing. So
yeah, we had him sitting right where you are, telling us that story.
Good.
Jim Bronzo.
And that's remarkable, man. Yeah, because we do want to collaborate with you on something down the line here. We're trying to line everything up for people. So
he's such a handsome devil.
We won't put
much like you,
the jinx on
You're
it.
like a silver fox over there.
Well,
and
no,
he's only 3 years and 2 days older than me, but
he can fly a plane
he looks
over
like
your
he could
house.
be my father.
Okay.
My sexy father.
You
my
guys
sexy
are only
younger
a couple
brother
years
father.
apart.
3 years, man.
Pineapple.
What the? I'm calling pineapple.
All right. I just like to make people feel awkward. Yeah. When I see the awkwardness.
Do a great job at that.
I feel like I'm doing.
It's working.
Perfect. Anywho.
Fucking asinine.
So thanks for listening. We're off.
No, we're not off. Cut it out. No, I wanted to talk a little bit more kind of about, you guys are putting this into a 501c3, getting it moving forward. You're going to be highly, I guess.
Wait, what is this 501c3 thing you keep talking about?
That's a nonprofit organization. You got to go through a lot of legwork to get to it.
Really? Like what kind of legwork?
Well, first you got to wake up every morning. You got to do 20 squats.
Obviously, it's a big deal, Jim.
1, 2, 3.
What does that mean exactly?
The reason that we want the 501c3 status is because it allows corporations we have in Central Florida, like Disney and Darden and Orlando Health and others.
Right.
Some of them have policies whereby they can't donate to your organization unless you meet that 501c3 status.
Got you.
So
all right.
by having the IRS official status, it gives you the freedom to say, I'm certified with the federal government. We are audited at regular intervals. We submit, annual reports. So we're transparent.
So you're trying to become Scientology.
Kind of.
Or what Scientology was doing with religion.
Yeah,
with
if we could get our own Tom
with that
Cruise
whole
and John Travolta.
IRS thing going on.
Exactly.
I get it.
Churches need to pay taxes. I said it. Okay.
But I concur.
Okay.
I mean, hello.
But
but not you.
By having
you
that,
guys are 503cc.
Exactly. But the idea behind getting the status is it gives you legitimacy. It gives you the ability to accept funds from large corporations who have like bylaws that state who they can and can't give money to. And also it gives people
grants.
If you're giving $20 at the door or $200 for a piece of artwork, it gives people that sense of you're legitimate. You've jumped through the hoops and you have the status, and they can look you up online and determine if you're a legitimate philanthropic organization.
You're Scientology. You made it.
We want to play by the rules, and we never want people to be like, I wonder where my money went after I gave it to that group.
Right.
We want to be above board and transparency.
It makes perfect sense,
Thanks.
and that's why they have
I was
those
kidding
kind
about
of
the whole Scientology
regulations set up.
I love it,
and it's nothing like Scientology, Reverend.
Well,
it's a charity. It's a straight up charity. But
Mark
L. Ron
Wahlberg.
Hubbard.
You
L. Ron
guys-
Hubbard was a cool cat.
Oh man. Tell you what.
I don't know. Did we interview him?
Probably.
I'm just kidding.
He's been dead.
I think
a long
we interviewed
time.
him. No, he came back for one interview with dead people. I think we did.
That was Ron L. Hubbard.
Oh, that was Jim Morrison. Never mind. Anyway,
so Jim Hobart, we
Thanks
got in
for asking.
studio.
Jim Hobart, in
That's
studio
what
with
she
us.
said.
Much greatness. We love everything that you're doing. Go check out MacbethStudio.com.
And local love Orlando.
There you go.
.com.
So proud of my
and
boy.
then
My boy.
find your quiet space.
Nope, place.
Or wait,
just place.
Finding my quiet place.
Being quiet in my place.
That's perfect.
.org.
If I could also
Not talking in my own house.com.
Can I throw in a plug?
Please.
No.
If you
wait, hold on. Okay, now.
Okay, thanks. If you go to localloveorlando.com, we are currently soliciting requests for small local nonprofits that you know of. So if any of your listeners out there have a small charity that they're trying to get off the ground, we want to know about it. There's a form you can fill out, submit it, and if it meets our criteria, we'll add it to the list of charities that we're going to highlight as soon as we get our status.
Hey, that's great and all, but we don't solicit here. Okay.
No soliciting.
No soliciting.
Yeah, the sign was on the door.
I'm sorry. What was I
thought that
thinking?
was pretty
And
clear.
you signed the waiver.
Do you want to buy this vacuum cleaner I brought
I
with
do.
me?
We're going to have to edit all this out.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do.
We don't edit.
Yeah, we don't edit. Thank you.
So it's there.
Evidence.
I hope you're listening.
Right here. Anyway, okay, so let's do this. The Reverend, you want to queue up anything? You got any closing thoughts on this whole thing?
What
we
do
don't
you
want to
wanna
cut you
talk
off.
about?
I love the fact. Are you doing besides with this older camera? Are you doing anything new with photography, or is there anything that kind of grabs your eye as far as these mobile face apps, and different things, deep fakes?
Yeah, what do you think about? Or
are
what
you
do
into
you
the video editing?
What
You ever
about this?
see any of that?
Hold on. What about just the evolution of the camera phone? And who would you? I mean, would you if 20 years ago someone had said, "Hey, man, you're going to have a device this thin in your pocket that can take better pictures than your Canon can right now."
Yeah.
I mean, would you
It's mind blowing. And I will tell you this. Everyone's a photographer right now because everyone's carrying a high quality camera around in their pocket.
That's right.
But
Did you see the pictures I got of you earlier?
I'm sure. One is in the bathroom. Do you guys have cameras in the bathroom?
Pineapple.
By the way? So I was wondering, I need to tell your future guests. to watch
Butthole
out for
cam.
them. Yeah.
No bathroom cam.
All right,
Butthole cam.
Nope.
I will tell you this.
Shut up. It's just a picture of the Rev 24-hour feed.
Yeah, it's excellent.
I know, right?
So here's the thing. You can do all you want with great cameras, but if you don't have the light, good quality light, then your pictures are only going to be as good as the light you've got. So
I'm glad you brought that up.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I always carry all this awesome lighting with me.
Studio lighting gear with you, yeah.
Totally.
Me
I got
too.
umbrellas.
Yeah.
I got not only par cams.
Not a big fan of the after using filters and
post
stuff like
filters and
that.
stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah, I still use the little flash cubes on my 120.
Disposables, yeah.
Yeah. I just can't get any of that film developed.
It's hard.
The little cartridge, the 120 cartridge, remember those?
Colonial Photo and Hobby will develop your film. Bring
damn
it
it.
to them. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's right. They will do that.
They'll develop anything you can bring them.
And they still sell clay. One of my
They
big
do.
things when I was younger, I used to love clay and modeling clay that didn't with non-drying, you know, and I create little characters and stuff. Anyway,
that's
now
right.
that it's
You
easier,
do. You made me this silly little pot thing that one night I got so mad at you, I threw it down and broke it all, and it was clay, and I wadded up the clay and made it into a face, and I punched your face, man. It was awesome. I remember that gift. You got one right there. See that
makes
jar right there?
no sense.
Jim?
Yeah, do you want me to smash it?
No, but if you see that, all that, and see in the middle, that big jar, all that is clay on the inside.
That's an example
that he
of my
did.
clay art.
His clay art that I'm talking about.
It's beautiful, everybody. I have to tell you.
If you could see this, you would think, oh my God, it looks like avocados, tomatoes, and little, isn't that pretty cool? He did make me one of those for Christmas.
Yeah.
And like I said, I got really mad at him one night, and I smashed it on the ground, and I took all that clay, and I molded it into his face, and I, bam, popped it right in my face.
This is a beautiful
I felt
vase.
so bad, right?
Oh, thank you.
It used to be until I put all that
Yeah,
crap in there.
I used to love to do
You're
that. That
an
was
artist.
my art. Yeah, I used to make like
He's more of a technician.
clay paintings. Yeah, I like to. There you go.
What is that music?
Nice work.
What is going on over there?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find something for a little later here.
Oh, a little later.
Gotcha.
Anyway,
Late night.
You're going to play a deep cut for us?
Yes.
Oh, is this going to be another
Jim Hobart in studio with us, calling out Mr. Engineer, technician guy over there.
He knows what's going to happen.
Make sure you get the plug in there,
should
right?
Probably go to a song.
So let me tell you about this deep cut. All right, this is Weather Storm, right? Yes, it is by Massive Attack. That's what we're going to be listening to.
That's what I got.
And so Massive Attack is one of my all-time favorite bands in history. Are you familiar with Massive Attack?
Be good. All right,
I'm
good.
familiar. I'm not a huge fan because I don't know much of it.
Okay,
but I'm about to be.
Remember when I said I think you're probably into really good music, and we're very. So have you ever heard of Dead Can Dance?
Yeah.
Okay, so the 4AD record label, who does also like Cockatoo Twins.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard of them before, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, I think you have too. But Dead Can Dance, actually, this past May, I went to London with my wife, and we saw Dead Can Dance in London.
Wow.
Yeah, and in April, end of April, God willing, if the Heineken doesn't kill us, we're going to go to Chicago. And when me and my bride got married, she walked down the aisle to a Dead Can Dance song, and my parents sang a Dead Can Dance song at the wedding. So my parents and me and my bride are going to go to Chicago and see them in Chicago.
Wow.
So, but Massive Attack was never on 4AD or Beggar's Banquet, but very similar to that whole style. And this deep cut, and this truly is a deep cut. This is Weather Storm. This was on the B side of, I think, Karma Coma, which is also on this album.
94.
Yeah, 1994. So I was 25. You were 28. And so I was, I'm a big Massive Attack fan. So this is Weather Storm by Massive Attack, and you're listening to the JB Rev Show.
Do it.
Anyways,
like your soul.
Yeah. What's wrong with you, the Reverend?
My soul's not bruised.
This is not
it's fucking beat up,
Okay.
chewed up, spit out, and fucking ready to fucking fight, motherfucker.
Wow.
That's my soul.
Reverend, shut up.
Right there.
Over there.
I'm the new Jill.
Okay,
Atrick.
you're not the new Jill.
I'm the Jill-atric.
Geriatric. You're the
yeah, geriatric.
Instead of Jillicious, you got geriatric. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're
Yeah,
turning 50.
you know what?
I'm
a
turning
geriatric.
50.
You're right. I should just be an old grumpy motherfucker. That's what it's. That
should be.
Season 10. Jerry's 50.
Season 10.
Oh, I can kick.
Yeah, that's going to
I
be
can
crazy.
Stretch, and I can kick your fucking ass.
Yeah, that's going to be weird.
50.
That is going to
50
be
years
weird.
old. Remember that skit from Cherry O'Terry on
do.
SNL?
Yeah, it
I'm
was
50.
not even Cherry O'Terry.
It was yeah, it was
O'Malley.
It was the little redhead.
No, it was the long
Gilda Radner?
brunette. Nope.
Dude, how old is this
Hold
guy
on.
again?
Wait, without looking.
Gilda Radner.
Shannon
Holt.
Shannon.
She does.
Nope.
She does body painting,
What?
bro. We sponsor her,
Shannon
bro.
Mullally? Something like that?
No, that's
Yeah.
Oh wait, Shannon
Yeah.
Molly.
Shannon Molly. Is that it?
That's
You know
it.
who I'm talking about? Yeah, that's
Shannon's
the one.
on Molly. That's I know her well.
Nope.
She
That's-
likes to
no,
have a good
it
time.
was-
That Shannon on Molly.
Is that her name? I'm looking
Molly.
it up now. Okay.
Shannon on
Molly
Molly.
Shannon.
That's,
Hey,
thank you.
See, Molly Shannon.
I'm tired
Ding,
of this
ding,
little girly
ding.
man.
Jack.
Yes, I
well,
do, man.
well, no
It's all
wonder
about
he's
the
on his phone googling
all
that
about the
shit.
cock.
I
It's all
see
about
him.
the cock.
See, yep.
It's all about the cock. Negative.
It's all about the cock. It's all about the cock.
Thank you. Molly Shannon. Jeez.
Molly
why
Shannon
was
on
that so
Molly.
hard for us to get?
Yeah, I'll tell you why.
Anyway, I
Because
don't
you got
know.
this distraction over here called Jack.
Okay. Jack's not. Where Jack is welcome over here, sir.
Jack's off.
Well,
Jack's on.
All right. Listen.
WJBW.
The electronics is so predominant.
All
People
right.
would really
Oh my gosh.
A little pre-recorded craziness. There we go.
Pre-recorded
Oh, my
craziness.
gosh.
Hey,
That
we
was
got
good.
Jim Hobart in the studio with
Hello.
us. Full hands to Hobart.
Hello. Oh, full hands to Hobart. I do
Dude.
love it. Yeah.
Beth, expect you to have that memorized by the end of the show.
I am going to look this up.
Not many words.
Full hands to Hobart.
Full hands to
Let's
Hobart.
see if we can find it in maybe like a Wikipedia of server jargon or something.
Well, it's a very it's very Houston's exclusive, and
Google that right now.
Yep, it's true. True story. Anyways, we got Jim Hobart in the studio with us.
Nice to be here. Thank you.
Hey, I got to say, I like your wardrobe too. Let's talk about that cape. Where did you get the cape?
Okay.
I mean,
I'm
I'm
not
not
wearing a cape.
I know you're super.
I thought you were going to ask me about my tights, not the cape.
What's Bat B&B? That's hilarious. Bed and breakfast. There's
Yeah.
an upside down bed. Is that one of your ad designs?
No, this
That's
is a
great.
company that makes bat houses.
Really?
Yep, they were Kickstarter, and now they're a legitimate company.
No, bat house.
So if you want a bat house, you
That's
go to Bat
crazy.
B&B
You can put it in your yard and
you
they'll hang out.
Put it up somewhere high,
Yeah.
and bats will come.
We have a lot of bats out here.
Do you have to pay him to come do it?
Well, you buy it, they ship it to you, and then you got to put it up there yourself.
How much does that cost?
Not much, $80.
Yeah,
Whatever.
that's good.
Custom wooden bat
And
house.
you know what bats are good for?
Mosquitoes.
Here we go. The
Yes.
coronavirus.
Well-
full circle. We came full circle.
I was going to say penguins.
Uh-huh. Hey, wait, is Jack Demarco on the line? Jack, are you on the line? Are you just listening?
I am on the line.
Oh my God, you were so quiet.
Oh, Jackie.
You were so quiet. I was like, I don't know if he's on there.
He's just like, fucking Reverend. So
okay,
stupid.
we're
I
talking
didn't
about
want to
that.
interrupt. You guys
It was
were having a great
interesting.
conversation about bats and bat houses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
agree
were.
with you. Would you? Yeah, a bat house is pretty cool. We have bats where I
Maybe.
live right out
So
here.
can I charge the bats
no.
every time they come in? Oh, I'll make my
I
money
believe
back.
bat houses, they face them south for some reason.
Yeah, I heard that. I think it needs to be warm in the daytime, so you want the sun on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
Mhm.
yeah, or something like that. Yeah, I think they have to face south. It has something
Jack
to
would
do with
know.
how they,
I mean,
so-
he's slept in bat houses, crack houses, meth labs. He's been to that
I try to
festival.
stay away from the meth labs. They can be a bit explosive. You know, crack houses.
Right.
You just hide in the closet or something
Well,
like that.
you even went
You
out to
really
the
escape
desert.
explosion of a meth house.
You've been to the desert a couple times to experiment with some of the houses you've been in, right?
Yeah, I have been to the desert
And
experimenting
they
a couple times.
Burned like men. It's like the Burning Men festival where
Yeah,
they line all these men up.
They burn
They burn the
burn
men.
them.
Oh wait, it's Burning Man.
One big giant man.
One man.
big giant man.
You can't.
Exactly. Jack Demarco,
We love you. Thanks for calling in. So back to you, Jim.
Jack's on the line. So let's do this. Let's break open some breaking news badly.
Yeah.
You ready? We got
Let's do
Jim Hobart in studio. You ever meet you some Jim Hobart there, Jack?
Yeah, I believe Jim and I have met a couple times.
Jack DeMarco plays Lounge Diggers. You may know him from.
Or that porta potty I was talking about
Let's
earlier.
do this. All right.
His voice sounds.
And now, breaking news.
Breaking news badly with Jack DeMarco.
Jack DeMarco.
On the line with us. Jim Hobart in studio. It's going to be a good
Jim
one.
Hobart.
Whoa.
Full hands
We got
to
crazy
Hobart.
news stories. I don't know. So, Jack, how the hell you been, buddy?
Yeah,
it
buddy.
feels like a couple of weeks.
I'm good.
Iron Cow,
yeah, it's
buddy.
been a couple of weeks. Week off last week. Everyone's feeling rested.
Oh, yeah. What happened to you this morning?
Okay,
you know
don't
how I
do
like to
this
roll
again.
out right away.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Cut it.
You ran away right away.
Your bit is retired. With
Yeah,
us.
hey, you know.
Anyway,
I love me some Jack.
Jack, it's great to have you back on. And again, I know next week you're going to be in for the barbecue roast, I'm presuming?
Yes, that's right.
You are? Okay, good. I just wanted to verify
Yeah.
that. All right.
Oh, man, I can't make it now.
You're the roast master guy. You're the pit master
I
guy.
got to be here. I might have some really big surprises for both of
Are
you
you
guys.
serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to let your birthday suck like it always does.
Yeah.
Especially when
It
you were a
will.
Jehovah's Witness and you
That's
couldn't
right.
celebrate it.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to kind of bring you back to your old days.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Jack.
that's true. I grew up, I didn't have birthday parties until
right.
I was like 16.
So I'm
going
going to make you feel like you're 15 again.
You ever hear that? Well, anyway.
It's going to be your 14th birthday all over
We're
again.
going to have to make fun of that now.
Okay, yeah, you can
Duh.
make fun of that. I'm
I'm
surprised
already- I've already
You didn't
started.
already know that.
Or it sounds like you got 16 birthdays to, make up for. So
Yeah.
this thing.
That's potentially is.
Right in the middle of it?
What day is your birthday?
It is March 17th.
Which is?
Is my birthday. St. Patrick's
A
Day.
Tuesday.
No, it's the primary. It's the Florida primary.
Oh, see, that's the.
So-
maybe Jim should come to the roast or the
Yeah.
barbecue. Maybe we should get Jim on the barbecue too.
He doesn't ever want to come back here again.
One
Are
of
you
my
kidding?
favorite days, man.
Is
Guinness
it?
all the
There
way.
you go. It's
Guinness.
all over the place. All right, Jack. So before you start the news,
It's not just for children.
I got a throwback commercial here. Yo, I don't know. You probably. Deep cuts. You remember this?
Pizza bagel bites. Bite-sized pizzas on wholesome little bagels.
Pizza. Yeah.
Did you hear that laugh? Jack's loud.
All right, no, there's
That's
that
a
one.
sincere
Now this
honk.
this one is the deep cut. Hold on, this is the deep cut here. Hold on, that most
kinda
people.
deep.
This was the B side of the pizza bagel commercial back in the day. No, not a lot of people know this.
Peanuts in the morning, peanuts in the evening, peanuts at supper time. When peanuts is on the bagel, you can eat peanuts anytime. Peanuts
Ever hear that one? Okay, peanuts bagel bites.
Wholesome little
No.
bagels.
Okay.
Oh,
There you go. Peanuts
just
bagel
thought-
bites.
I've not heard that one.
Never had those. See, that's the B side. Nobody's had that. Anyway, we were talking about deep cuts, Jack. Any deep cuts you want to bring to the table?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Are you still a cutter? You're just not as deep.
After that commercial, he's like, no.
So everybody, if you've never met Jack DeMarco
Yeah,
before,
I don't know how I
be
can compete
sure
with that commercial.
to stare at his arms
That's a pretty
because
deep cut right there.
there's lots of scars on his arms from cutting it up.
Mm-hmm. No, there's not.
Mm-hmm.
He's a professional wrestler, and he's got to do that stage blood. Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about.
I
right
know.
now. Anyway.
And my apologies
Jack
to all
DeMarco
the cutters out
on the
there.
line. Again, breaking news badly.
I still love you, cutters.
Love that you've taken over management of this bit. So let's give you the reins, my man. What's the first story you got for us?
So, after that bizarre deep cut right there, I got a bizarre story.
Okay.
From the Daily Star, in the UK. So Indian border guards have taken drastic measures, dressing up as quote unquote scare bears to clamp down on truth of vicious rampaging monkeys. Yes, this is true, and there's video to go along with it. It shows, border patrol agents in India in the eastern province. Apparently, they're being ravaged by these macaws that are just in the woods. They come in, they ravage and plunder, and they're crazy monkeys. So these border agents put on these black monkey gorilla outfits, bear outfits, these fuzzy black furry bodysuits.
Kind of like furries.
They try and scare the monkeys.
I think this is just their excuse to be furries.
I think it might be, but it is pretty bizarre. It's a pretty bizarre. They're just running around in these like onesie bear costumes.
They're
trying to
furries.
scare these.
They're all furries.
Damn furries.
You've been to those parties before, haven't you?
I try and stay away from the furry parties. It's not really my thing. I do have a couple of onesies though. I like to wear in the desert when it gets cold.
That's close enough.
Onesies.
Close enough.
That's with the little, with the little poop chute in the back.
One of them does have a poop chute in the back.
Oh,
yes, it does.
Okay.
So in case you got to go, you just unzip, sit down, boom.
Yeah. Boom, bam, boom.
Take the whole onesie off.
That's
It
how you
doesn't
do
get messy in the porta potty. It's really good.
Oh, that's my quiet place.
There's Burning Man is still on. Lots of festivals canceled.
Is it? Oh,
Burning Man. Well, of course.
Coachella, Burning Man is still on. Burning Man is still on. A lot of talk about whether it will be or not. Right now, it's still happening.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Canceled. South by Southwest is canceled.
Yeah.
Ultra in Miami is canceled. So there's a lot going on. But speaking of Burning Man and festivals and coronavirus, drugs. Have you heard this? That cocaine. People are talking about using cocaine to protect against the COVID-19 coronavirus.
Dude.
Now,
I know I'm not going to catch it.
Well, French government officials are saying now, coming out,
It's
saying,
true.
listen, our scientists say no, it is not true.
Oh, it's dude. I'm telling you right now. I still know right now what's going on with that.
Wow, it's not true. The Reverend, shut up over there.
But I swear to God, I tell you, I'm never going to catch it.
Yeah, it's one of the myths going on, but it is not true. Scientists
And Jim, I'm not on cocaine. Just
insisting that this virus is not going to be killed by cocaine, even though cocaine is a hell of a drug. Let's see what else we got here. In New York, a little more.
That was my fault.
I know you guys probably talked about it, but apparently strip clubs in New York are not feeling the any sort of downturn from people worried about catching the coronavirus.
Well, of course
in
not.
response to that, strip clubs are handing out,
condoms.
They're handing out sanitizer
And dental dams.
Monitoring strippers are wearing face masks.
Oh, perfect.
Some strip clubs are also handing out face masks, despite many officials saying that face masks don't work. But so yay for coronavirus.
Yay, Corona.
Anyway,
how wonderful.
Macarena.
So on a little Breaking Bad feel good note of stories here, which is fun to do sometimes in this sad world that we live in. In Nebraska, 200 farmers remained silent during a bank auction so that a young man could get his family his 80-acre family farm back.
80-acre farm back.
So they just didn't object to it.
That was my fucking high school band name.
Oh, it is not.
He wanted to get his
80-acre farm back.
Their farm years ago due to not being able to pay bills, and he wanted to start the farm up again. So all his local neighbors, they all came out to the auction, and no one bid on it. So he got a really low bid for the bank.
Sounds like a job
family farm back.
Sounds like a job for loveorlando.com.
There you go.
Yeah,
so that's good. He got his own house at a good deal.
At a steal. His own 80-acre family farm back. And
Sweet.
this is a weird one out of Utah. Apparently, there's a school in Utah that doesn't allow children to say no when asked to dance, and one mom is fighting back on behalf of her 11-year-old daughter.
It's funny you bring that up.
This 11-year-old girl went to the Valentine's Day dance at the middle school.
Right. Middle school or junior high? I think it was junior high.
Same thing. Middle school, junior high. It's all
but in Utah they call it junior high. Go on.
Okay. Well, in this article they're calling it middle school.
Oh my God.
From Utah. But anyhow, so she came home, had an emotional breakdown about recounting how a boy made her feel uncomfortable when he asked her to dance.
Maybe that's
she
where
politely
it's at.
said no. The problem, though, at Rich Middle School in Lake Town, Utah, it's against the rules to say no.
Yeah.
And he said, he intervened and said, no, you kids go out and dance. And he basically made this girl go out and dance with this boy.
All right.
Hey,
wait,
I guess
Jack.
they started it to like make kids not feel bad, but come on, this is a little out of control.
Okay, Reverend.
That goes everything against consent.
Reverend wants to comment.
Jack, teaching young boys.
Jesus Christ, Jack.
Reverend wants to comment.
Jack.
Oh my God.
Hey, Jack.
Yes, go please.
I just want to know what Jim Hobart thinks about that story.
Yeah, I think that's terrible. You shouldn't force them to do it. That is the opposite of consent. I agree with you.
The opposite of consent.
Yeah. And it's just teaching boys, young boys, that it's okay to just disregard that a girl says no. It's a terrible way to...
That's whacked out.
It really is teaching young boys.
Well, I mean, that's a good topic to really bring up too, because I mean, without saying this is how the world works, the high schools are a microcosm of how the world ideally should work. Color, sex, race. I mean, all of these things are factored in, compounded together with adolescence. It's all a boiling stew. Anyway, so that's a great story that you brought up to us.
I applaud this mom fighting back too. You know what I mean? Like not just sitting there and saying, "Oh,
no,
it's a
exactly."
Cool rule. Like for really standing up for her girl.
Totally.
And trying to change the rules because that's not okay.
Not at all.
So here's an old story that has been making the rounds again.
Okay.
It was from 2013. And I hadn't seen it back then, but it's making the rounds again. And so I thought I'd bring it up. It was it's an Instagram of a newlywed whose wedding cake was 2 severed heads.
What?
Dave and Natalie were married
like
days before
heads?
Halloween. Yeah, and it was them.
What? Oh, it was them? Their own severed head cake.
It was their own likeness.
That's
their
weird.
Own likeness.
Well, that
sounds delicious.
That's a good segue.
Right?
Let me drop a couple of ones that I found on you here. So I'm going to start real quick from dc101.iheart.com. Cop pulls over driver that had expired license plate from, guess what year?
1997.
You saw the same thing. Did you have the same story?
I sure did.
Okay. Well, there you go.
He hasn't renewed
win.
his plate
He
since
wins.
97.
Yeah. Jack Demarco wins. Breaking news badly. He hasn't.
But tell him the reason why, what he told the cop.
I don't have that. What did he say?
He just said, I just really haven't had time.
Yeah, like I haven't had time, or I forgot.
23 years?
23
years. Yeah,
exactly.
I haven't really had time to get around to that.
Yeah,
I've been busy. I had a thing.
The next one I have is local news. WFTV Channel 9 WFTV.com has an article here that I'm just going to read the headline for. Red wine flows from kitchen faucets in northern Italian town. So
isn't that wonderful?
Did you see this too?
I sure did.
All right. Well, I'm clairvoyancing the news with you, apparently. So this was another good story, but straight up, it was kind of a mishy-mashy deal of wine and water coming through the pipes. A local wine. What is it called? Winery. Oh, I was going to say, what is it called? A wine farm?
Vineyard.
They grow wine at the farm.
A vineyard?
Yeah, a vineyard. Thank you. God, our only cultured guest we've ever had in here. What is a wine farm?
Right.
Anyway, so that apparently mixed in with the local water. So the residents are getting a little bit of red wine from the tap.
It was in one of the cellars in one of the giant silos, that they make the wine in. It broke, and so it's equal to about 60 gallons, which is like 300 bottles of wine. Basically, broke from the silo and got into the nearby aqueduct, and then it got into the pipe.
Hey, Jack. You know what? Let me bring some really breaking news, Padley. I didn't really want to share this originally, but I feel like our listeners should know, and I just want to help everybody. I'm really impressed with Jim Hobart being in the studio, and we are here to help. So here's my story. So, miracle. Coronavirus passes over houses with Chick-fil-A sauce smeared on the doorpost. So, this is a true story. The CDC is suggesting lots of weird ways to avoid contacting coronavirus, such as washing your hands and not licking doorknobs. I mean, these methods sound kind of sciencey, so we're immediately suspicious of them, right? So, sure enough, it seems the best way to avoid getting infected is supernatural. Many have found that if you paint Chick-fil-A sauce on your doorpost, the virus will pass right over you and your household. Research seems to indicate the angel of coronavirus passes through each town and city every night and looks for the telltale sign that you are one of God's elect. Chick-fil-A sauce, those with the correct sign of being one of God's people are passed over.
Oh.
Now, while those without the sign are visited and immediately infected.
Okay, immediately.
So also, Arby's horsey sauce works with this as well.
Okay.
But we have no explanations, said one source called. This must be some kind of miracle from God. The scientists said they tried other substances such as liberal tears, hand sanitizer, and essential oils, but only Chick-fil-A sauce has provided 100% effectiveness.
We gotta get good people to stand up against these people.
That's start off the angel of coronavirus. And that's my story for
That's wonderful.
Breaking News Battle.
I saw that story too floating around.
Did you hear that Hillary Clinton helped out with some things with Jim Hobart over there?
I'm just sad.
Really?
Yep.
I'm just sad we can't lick doorknobs anymore. That's
the worst thing.
Ruining my life right there.
But you can still lick the Nest and the Ring doorbell things that had the cameras on it.
Oh, good.
So it catches all the action.
We gotta get good people to stand up against these people.
All right, that's what's your name again? Oh, it's JB over there.
That guy crying is Alex Jones.
Oh,
I love that guy.
Oh,
Recently.
you hear? You just got a DWI.
That's what.
He just got a DWI.
I was playing him crying. Yeah.
Hey, let's hear the
listen to
story,
that
Jack.
again.
Jack, no. Listen, we've heard it 3 times now. Please, can we not hear that anymore? Seriously, that's terrible. Okay.
Love that guy. One of my heroes.
We gotta get good people to stand up
against
these people.
We can't hear you, Jack. What?
Well, he's based out of Austin, so it was Tuesday night. He was, just driving around. After his wife told the dispatcher. I guess his wife called on him.
What?
Really? His wife narked him out?
Wow. His
Oh,
wife
it sounds
told
like
the
Beth.
dispatcher they were in a verbal
Don't
fight
call
that
out
had
Jim.
been-
Just kidding, everybody.
Well, the affidavit says his wife told the dispatcher they were in a verbal fight that had been physical earlier the day.
Oh.
I
affidavit
love
says.
it. I
She
love
says
this.
Jones left the residence in a black Dodge Charger and that he was possibly drinking.
I'm sure his butthole
While
is
en
bleeding.
route to the residence, the deputy saw the Charger leaving the neighborhood.
Right.
Traveling 45 and a 40. He
A
pulled
Charger?
him over. He could black Dodge Charger, yeah.
Wow. That's muscular as hell.
The deputy pulled him over, could smell
Don't
food.
you have one?
Challenger.
And, boom. He was drinking sake. Jones told the deputy he and his
sake.
wife had gotten into an argument while eating sushi.
That's the
at
only thing that kills the
Izumi
coronavirus.
Sushi At 8 p.m.
Wow.
The affidavit said.
So he's probably screwed,
he said
right?
He drank a bottle of sake during dinner.
So, if they call domestic violence, like here in Florida, I think they got to take somebody away or something,
Yeah,
right?
Someone's going to
he
jail.
just left the scene because he didn't want to get taken away.
Someone's going to jail.
Yeah, she threatened him. Some shit's going down. That's crazy.
Yeah. And your wife
Alex Jones.
calls the cops on you.
I'm surprised he's married.
I mean, no,
So
actually.
he was. Check this out. He was. His blood alcohol level was 0.076, which and in the legal limit is 0.08. So he was what, like 0.004 away from being legally drunk. So I guess his lawyers will have something to argue. I mean, technically 0.076 is not 0.08. It's goddamn close, but
Hey, watch the language
the
there.
lawyer will argue that.
Jeez.
Yeah. What's the matter with you?
Kind of
Well, you ain't talking like that on this show. We can't talk like that no more.
Like that.
Anyway,
Saying
all right,
those words.
great. So, any closing stories on your end there, Jackie?
Yeah, I actually came across this article that a doctor said in one guy's life, 32-year-old man, marijuana caused a 12-hour erection.
Oh, yeah. That's why I smoke it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I don't smoke.
He's been told, yeah.
I got an erection without it.
I don't know.
Just looking at Jim Hobart over here.
Cannabis
That's all I need.
priapism.
Good Lord.
Pineapple.
Yeah.
Pineapple.
Very rare thing, but apparently it can happen.
You said a
some people, if they
priapism?
smoke weed, they can get, that's,
I knew you were coming on, Jim.
Erection.
I've had this erection for 12
That's
hours.
crazy. Just rock hard for no reason.
Rock hard.
Priapism.
Okay, then.
Rock hard.
Thank you.
Priapism.
All right, so all the children out there.
Call your doctor.
That's right.
Priapism.
Yeah, if you have an erection for over 2 hours,
Priapism.
you should probably call your doctor.
Persistent and painful erection of the bagel penis.
But if you have a painful erection that's lasting a couple of hours, you should probably call your doctor and go to the emergency room.
Call
This has been a public service.
That was a good,
Call your proctologist.
End on a high note. That's a good, Jack.
Yeah, great stories,
very
Jack.
Good. Very good.
Thanks for...
Anyway, brother man, you rock. Always appreciate the involvement. We'll see you next week in here. And
always a blast. Yeah, looking forward to
put
it.
a little pin.
I can't
Anything
wait.
you want to
We're gonna roast the
shout
fuck
about,
out of you, Jack.
before we see you next week? No.
What'd you say?
Anything you want to talk about? Throw anything out there?
No, I'm just going to save all my, snotty comments for when I have to
Watch
make
a
fun of you.
roast. Watch a roast.
Whatever you do, don't save your ointment. Please use that. We don't want you spreading that rash around because last time, this is ridiculous, dude.
Hey, Jack, go to Ace Cafe on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Good call. See, Jim.
Hey, do you like the Yacht Rock? Do you like a good time?
I do like Yacht Rock.
Well, dude, I'm going to be DJing at Ace Cafe.
Do you like pina colada?
I do love
Do you?
Caught in the rain.
Yeah.
Well,
you like Yacht Rock.
Yeah.
I would love to. I work Sunday mornings at 7 a.m.
Dude, call in. Call in, bro.
When you get out.
Yeah, when you get out.
What time you get out?
We'll still be there.
I work from like 7 to 4.
Man, I'll tell you what.
He's going to be doing it for 12 hours. He's going to
I'm going to be a guest on Staying in a Safe Place That's Quiet.
No.
.com.
No longer a quiet place.
Staying in my safe porta potty that's never
longer
quiet.
a quiet place.org.
Be a guest.
Wow.
You're going to get 12 pictures.
Jim Hobart has a podcast called Finding My Quiet Place. So he interviews people in their quiet
It's
place.
Like,
it's pretty cool.
Guess where my quiet place is?
He's going to interview the Reverend. Yeah. So
see
we'll
if you
see
can
how that
find
goes.
my quiet place.
Oh, God.
.org.
Where's Waldo? Anyway, Jack, we love you, buddy. Thanks again for calling in. It's Breaking News Badly with Jack DeMarco.
That was bad, too. Thanks for breaking
Always
it.
a blast. Always a blast.
You rock. All right, bro.
I'll see you later. About an hour.
All right, peace out. We're going to take a little sponsor break, go into our little sponsor crawl. But before we do that, we love to do little kind of shout-outs at the end here. Let me see if I can find it.
Anything you want to... You've been with us all night. Almost 2
Jim,
hours.
thanks for hanging the whole show.
Jim, for real.
This is definitely awesome.
I don't even stick out to this
he's
Jack
normally
DeMarco
not
stuff.
here
Normally
this
I'm
long.
out.
No, I'm just...
But I got a little chore to do after this.
I love it. This has been so much fun, you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, truly. It has. LocalLoveOrlando.com.
That's it. Yep.
MacbethStudios.com. No, just studio.
Right.
Studio.
Singular. Thank you.
Because
I'm
there's
not
only
universal.
one.
Yeah.
And then what else you got?
FindingMyQuietPlace.com.
Yep.
All right. And then on Facebook, you're Jack DeMarco.
Exactly.
Oh, Facebook
And
is Jack
so
DeMarco.
if you see, just go on to Jack DeMarco and block him. Because
I love yachtrock.com.
The hell?
I'm just kidding, Jack. You know I love you.
All right.
So do your little sponsor crawl. We got Will's Pub, which I'm leaving to go there after.
You're going to go to Will's Pub. Good
tonight.
deal.
Yeah.
All right. I'll be here. I'll be getting ready to get
be here. You'll be
made
queer.
fun of for next week. Barbecue of JB Webb.
The funny thing, this is the thing I wasn't going to tell you, but the funniest thing about roasting you is just no one's going to show up.
Yeah, that's going to be
There's
the whole
no better roast than that, right?
That's right.
Harsh. That is harsh.
That is the harsh.
You'll be burning on fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
By myself.
Can't wait.
Send
All by
everybody to a
myself.
different place.
Yeah. That would be horrible.
I did.
Shut up. Don't bring
That's
that up.
the best thing
Shut
ever.
up. Oh, so you're not coming? You're going to
No one's
say
coming.
you are?
That's
no
the
one's
roast.
coming. Oh, there you go.
You'll be here waiting.
There you go. Isn't that funny?
Well, see what you're getting yourself into, right? I'm the roast master, Jim.
Oh, jeez.
It is
Are
Jim,
you really?
right?
It's the pit.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the pitmaster. It's a barbecue.
Was this true? I should call you
What's the matter with
Mr. Hobart.
Anyway.
That's better. Yeah.
All right,
That's-
let's do
Full hands on Hobart.
Oh, we never did look that up.
Yeah, it's okay.
Hands full.
Full hands.
Full hands.
Full hands to Hobart.
All over the Hobart.
Woo.
Yeah, it's not going to come up. Anyways, it's a true story, though. And any of my Houston employees out there, they'll know it. You know who'll confirm this? Nobody. So, there we go.
Okay.
True story, though.
I believe it.
What's not to believe? Thanks for listening.
Everything. All right. The JB Rev Show.
The JB Rev Show.
WJBW Networks.
Rev.com. The JB Rev Show.
What?
You got to put the emphasis on the Rev.
You do? The JB Rev.
The JB Rev Show.
Show.
Isn't that how Howard does it?
I don't know.
Okay, then. Private parts.
I don't know
all
what
over
you're
you.
talking. Don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just breaking
All right,
news
listen
badly.
to this remix of a Durando track from Dave Allison.
Oh, the Durando Jack. Oh, my God.
First, let's do the sponsor crawl. We'll be right back. No, we're not coming back. We want to thank PocasHottest.com, ShannonHoltArt.com, OrangeBlossomBrewing.com, EtoileBoutique.com, BadassSandwiches.com, Infotainment.com, Kush Ultra Lounge, Dank Orlando City Smoke Shop, Orlando Art Army, Iron Cafe, Iron Cow Cafe, thank you, Kathmandu Winter Park, GroundingRoots.com, EarTheater.usdjs.com, Nora's Wine Cigars.com, LittleIndies.org, and RemixRecordShop.com. Thank you so much. Season 10 of the JB Rev Show keeps rocking. That's how we do it. You local businesses are awesome. Thank you.
WJBW, Orlando, Florida. The first quasi-radio web show.
Wow. Yeah.